I'm Daphne Quay, your boss lady realtor here in Austin, Texas. Today, we are going to be talking about the pros and cons of living in Round Rock. Before we get started, make sure to click that subscribe button and that notification button so you get notified every time I do a new video like this one. Also, remember to click that like button because I feel like that's what good humans do for each other. It'll be good for you, it'll be good for me, just do it. Okay, let's go. So today we're going to be talking about the pros and cons of moving to Round Rock. Pro number one is home prices. You can get a really fantastic home in Round Rock with a really spacious yard and in a neighborhood that's got wonderful amenities for anywhere from about $400,000 to like $500,000. And even in that price range, it's still more of a luxury feel. If you want something that's closer to like the $300,000 to $400,000 range, that absolutely exists and it's very real in Round Rock too. You get a lot more bang for your buck here. Another positive thing about Round Rock is that it's known for its highly rated schools. Several of the elementary schools in particular have won Blue Ribbon Awards for outstanding performance. I think the kids do really well on tests and overall have a really good school experience. People tend to really care about their children's schooling, so parents are very involved. Teachers are also very hands-on. That's what I've heard personally. I don't have any kids and no kids that go to Round Rock school, but that's what I've heard from clients that have bought homes in Round Rock and have sold their home in Round Rock as well. Just as a side note, if you are wanting to get more information on schools and like check out school ratings, I super recommend greatschools.org. Another very noteworthy feature of Round Rock is the downtown Round Rock area. It kind of has this like Wild West vibe to it, which is super adorable. It's got a lot of charm. And then you go inside and the restaurants are like modern and cool and trendy. The nightlife there is really great. There's a bar that plays like club music. I wanna say it's like Friday and Saturday nights, so you can go outside and dance. There's a couple places that have rooftop bars as well. There's some really good like hamburger restaurants, like kind of like all American. And it's just a really charming, very chill place to go. Along the same line of downtown Round Rock, there's also Round Rock Donuts, which is located right in the heart of downtown. That was hard to say, you guys. That was a lot of Round Rock and downtown words. Anyway, Round Rock Donuts is super popular. They do donuts and other pastries. They do wedding cakes, but they're mostly known for their massive Texas-sized donuts that are like this big. They're huge, they're enormous, and I think they come in a bunch of different flavors. They're also known for having orange donuts. That's kind of their claim to fame, along with the massive donuts. They are orange because they use a lot of egg yolks in them. Isn't that interesting? I don't know anything about cooking, but I guess egg yolk is ingredient number one in Magic Donuts. They're super, super popular. So most of the time they have lines around the building to get in or through the drive-thru now with COVID. And it's honestly kind of hard to get in there, but if you can, you will have a magical donut experience of a lifetime. Con number one, generally speaking, the newer neighborhoods in Round Rock have really high tax rates. Throughout Austin and some of the older parts of Round Rock, the property tax rate is about 2.3 to 2.5%. But in these new communities, a lot of times it'll be 3%. I've seen up to 3.2% of the assessed value. So what does that mean? So if you buy a home that has a tax assessment for $300,000, let's say you buy the home in closer to Austin where the tax rate's like 2.5%. Your property taxes are generally gonna be like $6,500 or maybe $7,000 a year. But if you're buying that home that's tax assessed $300,000 in one of these newer neighborhoods, the property taxes are gonna be closer to like $9,000 to $10,000 a year, which a couple $1,000s a year adds up, and it's going to taxes. It's not equity or something you get back, right? So that kind of stinks. The reason for this is that because a lot of these neighborhoods are kind of out of the way, it's basically paying for the infrastructure, number one, to get you there, and for like the utility lines and everything to allow these neighborhoods to have water and gas and electricity and all of that. So that's part of the reason why they're so high. Another con is that a lot of the new neighborhoods are kind of built literally in the middle of nowhere Round Rock. it feels like you're driving for miles and miles through farmland to get to a neighborhood. It's not very convenient just because if you happen to need something in the middle of the night or need something really quick from the store, it's like a 15-minute drive to go to Walgreens or the grocery store. Con number 3, Round Rock is just far from Austin. If there's literally no traffic in the middle of the night, you can get to Austin in about 25 minutes, but there typically is quite a bit of traffic always going to and from Round Rock, and it can take like 40 minutes to get to the middle of Austin. And I think because a lot of these neighborhoods oftentimes are kind of in the middle of nowhere, people don't really want to leave them and they just sort of stay in the same area. Clients that I've had that end up moving to these areas, that's always what they say. They're like, well, we don't really even go downtown that much, so it doesn't matter because it takes such a long time. Round Rock is further from downtown Austin. However, there's plenty going on in Round Rock proper that you probably don't even really need to leave that often, and even then in North Austin there's a ton of stuff going on as well. That is what I've got to share with you about Round Rock. If you live in Round Rock or if you have questions about Round Rock, leave me a comment. I really like to know what you guys are thinking, what your experiences in these areas are, what your questions might be. Also, make sure to click that subscribe button and click that notification button so that you can see more videos like this one from me to you. And make sure to smash that like button. Did you smash it? I think you did. Thank you. Anyway, this is Daphne Quay, your boss lady realtor. If you are thinking of relocating to the Austin area, buying or selling a house anywhere in the Austin metro, make sure to call, text, email. You can even send me an Instagram DM, whatever works for you. If you want to move to Austin, I got you. Until next time.